Well, spring brings many things, including home renos, but why work inside the house if it's leaking? You got to make sure that that roof is secure. So we're hanging out with Platinum Roofing in Burlington this morning. Happy to be joined by Nick and the gang. What's up, Nick? How are you, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
We're
getting a little sprinkle right now.
Yeah,
this is okay to work in.
That's okay to work in.
Right? Yeah. Downpours, you can't be taking off a roof.
Definitely not, no. When it's raining really bad, we definitely don't want to open up the roof or do anything on the roof.
Right. Okay, is spring the busiest time for you guys?
Springtime, and the closer we get to winter, it gets really busy too. People start thinking that they need the roof done before winter time.
Because you can't be doing roofs in the winter.
We definitely don't recommend doing it in winter time, just because of the temperature. The tar won't seal as nice. The shingles won't lay as flat as they would in a nicer weather.
Okay, so we're taking, this is a big job for you guys. We're taking the roof off. I think that's Justin up there. So you got to take the roof off to put a new one down. You're never putting a roof on top of another roof?
Again, we don't recommend going over top. You can, by law, you can go 2 layers of shingles, but we don't recommend it just because when we do strip the roof, we can inspect the roof deck. We can make sure that it's nice and solid before we put the layer of shingles on. Okay,
so for anybody thinking right now, when do they know they should be getting a new roof, or even giving you guys a call to come and take a look at it?
So just looking at the roof, when you see your shingles curling up, your shingles blowing off, it has been happening a lot lately. Winds will take the shingles off, shingles will curl. You see a lot of granulates inside your eave trough. That's the time to be looking at someone to come and inspecting your roof.
Right. Okay. Obviously, there's different type of shingles that you use. Have shingles changed over the years?
They have changed a lot, yes. They went from the 3-top shingles, or the new construction grade, they call them, to more of laminated shingles, better tars on them. They are thicker than what they used to be, and they definitely look better than what they used to.
Okay. Where are you guys as far as booking? Are you guys busy right now?
Right now we're about 2 months to 2.5 months behind.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So we're in April. So if somebody wants to get their shingles done, they need to get on it because we're looking like June.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so you need to get on it. We might get on it. I think it's Justin and who we got here?
Taylor,
right. They don't have harnesses because the roof isn't. It's less
than 10 feet. You don't need to wear a harness.
Okay, so could I maybe get up there? Let's have a closer look. Keith, you want to come up too? Oh, Keith is in. Okay, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll kind of check a closer inspection of the roof and what some of the issues are, just to kind of help you out if you think you got some of these issues with Platinum Roofing on Morning Live. All right, we'd be ripping here. Back up on the roof with Platinum Roofing. I'm here. I might as well get my hands dirty back with Nick. This is called the
Ripper.
The Ripper?
Yeah.
All right. That's kind of a thing to get underneath and get the nails out. So let's take a look at this roof, Nick. And if you were up here, what are signs that they do need another roof?
So a couple of signs here. One is the shingles that are blown off. You can definitely tell that the top part of the shingle has been blown off. You can see the seam of the plywood here where the other 2 shingles met each other, so the water can get in here. Stuff like cracks in the shingles that you see in here. The gaps between the shingles has opened up. These are all the signs of roof that has been worn off.
Would they be right beside each other? Is that just over time?
No, this is this is the distance between them. This is what they were supposed to look like, but when you're looking at over here, this is where the 2 shingles met each other, and you can see the gap that has opened up so much more. You can also see cracks on the shingles.
Any estimate on how old these would be?
This is about 12 to 14 years.
12 to 14 years. Yeah. How, on average, is there an average on how long shingles last?
The older shingles, like the ones that you've seen here, 12, 15 years is the maximum you can get out of them. The newer shingles, they should definitely last you way longer than that.
So when you're selecting a shingle, there are ones that will last longer, so you don't need to be changing them all the
Definitely.
time.
There's lifetime warranty shingles now. They are way better quality shingles than what they used to have back in the time.
Are you doing steel? Is there anything else you guys are doing?
We don't do steels. We do soft fascia eave trough. We do also windows and doors, siding. Anything exterior we do, but unfortunately we don't do steel roofs.
You don't do steel, okay. Oh, those guys are working harder than I am. We should mention too, I know if you're asking about a harness, we're only 10 feet up, so you don't need a harness, but The lads up a little bit top that are working hard too, they do have harness because safety is obviously an issue for your for your guys. Okay, let's maybe look into some of the shingles that we're putting on here. What are these ones here? These are gas.
These are the Timberline GAF shingles.
Okay, so
yes.
we'll get into that and show off some of the other stuff that we got to. The other things that you got to do. We got a little audience here. So, morning guys. Let's get back to work. All right, we got Justin and Taylor working hard here in Burlington with Platinum Roofing. So they got the roof off. Now the next step is something that I don't know. That's why we have Nick here to take us through the steps. So what are they doing here?
So they're putting on the white stuff that you're seeing there. That's called ice and water shield. So they're putting on the ice and water shield. That helps you with ice damming in wintertime. Ice and snow will sit on top of your roof. It will start melting, get to the overhang part where the cold air gets in, freezes that ice and water, and it backs up underneath your shingles. The ice and water shield is to stop it from coming inside your house.
What's the blue?
The blue is the underlayment that will go on top of the entire roof deck. It's a breathable underlayment. So it watertights your roof. At the same time, it doesn't let the moisture get trapped between the roof deck and the shingles.
Okay. Now, you guys didn't need to replace the plywood here because it seems to be in pretty good shape, like
yes.
right here too.
Yeah.
A lot of the times you find a roof, you might have to even pull this plywood up and put new plywood down.
Exactly, yeah. So that's another good part about stripping the roof other than going over top of it, because you can inspect the roof deck. You can make sure that it's in a nice solid shape. If there is anything rotted that needs to be changed, we can definitely change the wood before we go ahead and put the rest of the roof on.
How often are you coming across, like,
it does happen.
There's certain areas on a roof that tend to rot more than others?
Yes, right in the bottom where they were putting the ice and water shield.
Right,
that
down
does
here
happen.
by the eaves.
Yes, it does happen a lot just because in the older days, back in the days, they didn't install ice and water shield. So that's where the ice damming happened. You see a lot of rotted wood at the bottom.
When it comes to shingles, so we got these gas shingles here that you kind of displayed for us. As far as different colors, different types, there
are about 10 or 12 different colors that are available. So this one here is called Mission Brown. It's a really light brown with a little bit of white in it. They're all laminated shingles, so there's no tabs on them anymore. And they have a really nice adhesive in the bottom of it where it makes the shingles stick to each other.
Okay. As we've been talking, you guys it's busy, right? Yes. Springtime is busy. Like you're a couple months, right? So if you need to get your roofing done, you might want to get on it because you want to get done before those hot summer days.
Oh yeah, for
right?
sure. Yeah.
Definitely before the end of the year. Okay, let's take another break. Justin and Taylor are doing their things. By the time we come back, they'll probably be laying down these shingles to kind of show how that's going. And we got the GAF guy here. We got Andrew from GAF, so maybe he can kind of take through some of the shingles and what makes them so good. Up on the roof with Platinum Roofing on Morning Live. All right, fine, I'll get back to work. Goodness, stop looking at me like that, Keith. What the heck? Roof coming along very nicely here in Burlington. Probably because they booted me off the roof. Stripped everything down, and we got Taylor laying down some shingles. Those shingles would be GAF, and luckily we have Andrew from GAF Roofing Manufacturer. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well.
Good Mac grad, McMaster.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Shout out. All right, cool. Those shoes are too nice for you to be on the roof.
No,
right?
yeah, no.
that's not your job,
Didn't
right?
bring my roofing shoes today.
You get them the shingles.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
How has shingles changed or evolved over the years, Andrew?
They've come a long way. What they're ripping off today and replacing is actually a 3-tab shingle. Today, what we're manufacturing and what dominates the industry is a laminate shingle, which is essentially 2 pieces laminated together. It has a fiberglass matte base, so it's able to last a lot longer than the older technology. Warranty's
tough though too, right? Because you're in different conditions in certain places. Is there set warranties, or is there compared to like from some shingles to other shingles?
Oh yeah, definitely. The older 3-tabs carried 25, 30 year limited warranties. Now these types of shingles have a lifetime limited warranty.
Right. Okay. And like you have different kinds here in different colors. All the ones that you have here are all the ones that Taylor and Justin are putting down today. It's up to the customer to choose.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? Because there's different price points when it comes to shingles.
Yep.
And does a lot of it have to do with like how long they last?
Yes, they do, as well as the profile of them. So what they are installing today is our Timberline series. That's our bread and butter. But we do have designer shingles as well that offer much different profiles. So depending on what the customer is looking for, added curb appeal,
besides the actual shingles, what else? So you do all types of roofing stuff? Are you doing eaves trough? Are you doing other aspects of what, let's say, Platinum's working with here today?
Yeah. So not so much the eaves troughs and the metal components on the roof, but we do have the GAF lifetime roofing system. So the deck armor is the blue underlayment on the roof, as well as we're using Storm Guard. That's the gray surfaced leak barrier of ours. As well as our starter strip, you can see on that they put on in the edges.
That's the blue thing there, yeah.
Yeah, the starter is actually the black strip on the edges there. It just provides extra glue to help prevent against a blow off. And then of course the shingles, as well as our ventilation products as well.
Cool.
So.
Okay. What's your territory?
I cover Southwest Ontario.
Do you really?
Yeah. So the Horseshoe down to Windsor.
Nice. All right.
To Owen Sound.
And this is obviously a busy time of year. As we've been talking to Nick all morning from Platinum Roof, and they're booked about 2 months out. So if you have an eye on your roof, or you're seeing maybe some of those shingles on your back deck, I think it's probably time to get your roof done. Give them a shout, and you could end up with some GAF from Andrew on your roof. Nice meeting you, bud.
Yep. Thank you.
Good work, boys.
Now